Okay, today we're learning Parshas Mishpotim, and the Parsha starts like this. Ve'ela ha-mishpotim asher tosim lifneihem. That's the only passage we're going to learn today. This is the laws what you're going to put in front of them. Ve'ela ha-mishpotim asher tosim lifneihem. And this, there is a Torah from the Ruzhiner, the Heilige Ruzhiner, and he says a very, very brief Torah. Ve'ela ha-mishpotim asher tosim lifneihem, put in front of them, ve'lo la'achareihem, and not behind them. That's all. What that's supposed to mean? Put it in front of them, not behind them. So there's many commentators commented on this. I'm going to go through a few of them. So one of them is in Sefer Mat'ame Yitzchok. He says like this. Maybe he says what he meant. It's according to what the Yudi HaKodesh said, that there's machlokes in the Gemara between Beshamai and Besil Gabai Neres Chanukah. How we light the Neres Chanukah? Beshamai is saying we're starting the first day with 8 candles, then the second day we'll go down to 7, then we'll go to 6. The last day we'll light 1 candle, and that's the last day of Chanukah. That's going to be Beshamai. We don't go like this, the halacha not like Beshamai. The way we do it, like Besil, the first day you light 1 candle, then 2. Then the last day you light 8 candles. And the Gemara explains why they say what they say. It's another explanation, al derech hadrush, why they're saying what they're saying is like this. It says in the Pasuk, Sur merav aseh toiv, stay away from evil and do good. They're both true. We need both. We need to stay away from evil and we need to do good. However, there was 2 different schools where we put the emphasis in mainly on stay away from evil and then also do some good, or no, the emphasis in do good and then slowly you go away from evil. They're both holy ways. It both says in Tehillim, David HaMelech says, the Shita, the school of Musar, said mainly focus on stay away from evil, get rid of your bad manners, of your bad habits, of your bad inclination, and work on it till you feel you already really cleanse yourself. Well, now you could start engaging more in V'aseh Toiv, in serving Hashem, being Oved Hashem, but you're not ready to be Oved Hashem till you do more, till you to do a lot of avoida, a lot of work on Sur Merah, stay away from evil. The shit of Chassidus was the other way around. Again, both true, like I said. Chassidus says, let's put the emphasis on V'aseh Toiv. Do good, focus on good. And the Ra, try to get rid of it, and slowly we'll get rid of it. You get rid of it slowly on its own. It's going to go away because it says me'at oir doich harba min hachoshech. A little bit of light pushes away a lot of the darkness. So that's the 2 schools. They're both, like I said, true. You need to do both. You need to stay from evil and do good. But where you put the emphasis on? And this is also how they explain the machlokes of Beshamai Ubesil by Chanukah. Beshamai is saying, let's put the emphasis on evil. That's why the first night you light 8 candles, you light all the candles to get rid of evil. Then the second night you go get rid only of the 7 of them. 8 with 8 candles you got of some bad 8, let's say, habits you had. Then the second night you get rid of 7 left over. Then 6, and then to the last night, by the last night you got rid of all of it. That's only 1 candle. And now, like I said, after that, after you did your service of stay away from evil, now you could get engaged more in V'aseh Toiv. Now you go to the higher level of serving Hashem in a higher level and doing good. Beis Hillel disagrees with Beis Shammai. They say, no, that's not the way to do it. If you're going to wait till you get rid of all evil, maybe you're never going to complete it. Maybe you're never going to complete this job. We are human beings. We have Yetzer Hara, and we have gravitation to materialism. We never can get completely rid of it till we're ready to do V'aseh Toiv. So yeah, do the best you can, but focus mainly on V'aseh Toiv. Increase every day 1 candle, then 2, then 3. Increase the light, and the Ra, eventually the evil will fall apart on its own. Obviously you have to do some efforts, but the main effort should be on V'aseh Toiv. And this is what the Pshat, he says, what the Heilige Rushiner says. Ve'ela mishpotim asher tosim lifneihem v'loi la'achareim. Focus, aseh toiv, focuses on the future, not on the past. Because when people focus on getting rid of the evil, sur merah, they're basically focusing on the past. I did this bad, I did that bad, I have such a bad habit, I have such a bad inclination. So they focus on the past. How you know it's bad? Because you did it already. You have experience. So they tell you, Hashem tells you according to this, halacha like Bes Hillel, Ve'ela mishpotim tasher tosim lifnei, put it in front of you, look ahead, go forward. And memela, slowly, you'll get rid of the evil. So that's the one pshat. The law should be ahead of you, in front of you. And Be'emes is, even in the secular world, we have those two schools. I spoke about many times. If you look on the school of Freud, he was mainly focused on the past. He would go, the Freud, and would go into your childhood, and maybe this is happening to you because something happened to you when you were a child, when then you were a teenager, and it too much going to the past. Yeah, sometimes it's important a little bit dig in the past, but that was his emphasis. His student, his student, Dr. Viktor Frankl, it was the opposite, and he came from that conclusion of the opposite of his teacher, because he was a Holocaust survivor. And he knew the only way, he says, people that survived the Holocaust, because what gave us the koyach, the strength to go through this, and after that, many of them became great people, whether financially, whether like himself, he became a great professor. That what kept us going, he says, is looking at the future. Look at the future. Look what you could do, what you have a hope, what you're going to do. Look, it's the same thing over there. They're two good schools. You need both. But the question, where do you put the emphasis? On the past, I'm going to go always to the past and see what was my childhood, how kind of teenage and what went wrong over there. Yeah, sometimes a little bit you need to resolve the past, but mainly you have to put focus on the future. Go ahead, go forward. So that's what the Ruzhin Rebbe says over here. The laws of Torah have to be ahead of you, not behind you. Don't look too much in the past. Look mainly at you. If you do tshuva, tshuva is on the past always. You have to do tshuva. But even part of tshuva is mainly making a resolution for the future. I have a brighter future. And that's how you serve Hashem. That's one answer. Then there is another answer in a sefer called Simcha. That's from Simcha Bunim of Shischa. That was Hayudi HaKodesh. It was the Rebbe of Simcha Bunim of Shischa. So his Talmud has a different answer for this. It says like this. It says, interesting, he says, the Malach, it says, there's a pasuk we're saying every Friday night before Kiddush, Ki Malacha v'tzaveloch l'shmorcha b'chol derechecha. Hashem will command his angels he's a command to protect you and everywhere you go. So he says, a Malach, who created the Malach that protects you? You know who created that Malach? You created him. When you do mitzvahs, you create good malachim. God forbid, when you do averis, you create bad malachim, which is they're going to punish you. The bad malachim. So that's why it says a person being punished and rewarded by his own deeds. His own deeds punishing him or rewarding him. Because when you do a good deed, you create a malach, and this malach will protect you. That's coming from your own mitzvahs. So he says the whole mitzvahs of a malach, it's only what you did the mitzvah. If you would not do the mitzvah, he would not be created. And something by Avera. The whole existence of the Malach, if you did Avera, God forbid, you created him. So he says by the Malach, he says the whole existence of the Malach, it's you, because you come before the Malach. If you wouldn't do the mitzvah, he wouldn't be created. He says, but unlike that, the person was created before he did any mitzvahs. Hashem created the person. He didn't do any mitzvah yet. So it tells you by a person also, you should know the same thing by a malach. He would not be created unless you did the mitzvah. That's who created the malach. Without your mitzvah, without you, he wouldn't be here. You should look at yourself also. If not for the mitzvahs, if not for serving Hashem, my whole existence, it's going in vain. It's in vain and wasted. Meaning, why Hashem created you? And we see that also when we have Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah is the day, not of the creation of the world. Rosh Hashanah is the day when Hashem created Adam Arishon, on Friday. So why don't we do Rosh Hashanah on Sunday? Hashem created the world on Sunday. Adam Arishon was created 6 days later on Friday. That's Rosh Hashanah. Why? The world was created. We should do Rosh Hashanah when the world was created, Sunday. We don't do that. Why? Because the world without Adam Arishon, which is, he has a purpose in this world, it's no meaning. It's meaningless, the world. The whole world got into a big meaning. Is the main thing, it was Adam. For you, the whole world was created for Adam. You should do what you're supposed to do in being aware of godliness, serving Hashem. So that's what it says over here. So you also, your creation, you have to look, my whole purpose of my creation, the main thing should be by me, serving Hashem. That's the main thing. Yeah, on the way, I need to eat, I need to sleep, I need to make money. It's all secondary. But the main thing of a person, it's I was created, like the Malach was created, and the mitzvah, I was created for the mitzvah. And that's the Pshat he says, Ve'ela mishpotim asher tosim lifneim. The Torah should be ahead of you. Meaning, same thing like your mitzvah created the Malach, you should feel my whole creation is for the sake of Torah. And that's interesting. It says in the Medrash, Alpayim Shona Kodmo Torah Lo'olam. 2,000 years before the world, the Torah was created. Meaning that the whole creation of the world is because of the Torah. If not for the Torah, the world would not be created. The Taket says the Torah was the blueprint of the world. Meaning, if not for us, we were created in order to keep the Torah, to practice Torah. If not for that, there's no purpose for the creation. That's what it says, Ela Mishpotim. This is the laws of Torah. Shatosim Lifneim. They have to understand this is the priority. It's in front of you. Without this, you have no reason to be in this world. That's what he says. V'lo la'acharem. Don't look at the Torah. My main thing is my life, and then I live like everybody else in the world, all the people in the world, and then as a secondary I'll do some Torah mitzvahs. No. That's not how it goes. Says Hashem demands from the Jews, Ela mishon shatosim lifneim, your whole purpose of the creation before you, it's Torah. The main thing is the Torah, and then come. That's why I live. I cannot make the Torah without my body over here. The Malachim cannot do Torah mitzvahs. So that's second pirush. I'm going to give you one more pirush on this one. Every morning we say by davening, whoever davens in the morning, it says L'olam Ya'odam Yerushalayim B'Seiser. Then different versions of there. B'Seiser Kabagoloi, meaning you should be Yerushalayim, God-fearing person, even when you on your own, nobody sees you, or you should be a God-fearing person the way you appear to others. They should be to yourself too. I mean, you don't fear God for others, that's not fearing God, that's fearing people. You should be a real fearing God person, even when you're on your own. That's a real fearing God. You're not fearing anybody, you're doing it for the sake of God. That's the regular pirushim, many more pirushim, but it's on the surface level. But there's a deeper pirush when you put the comma in a different place. It says, not L'olam Yodam Yerushalayim, you should always be God-fearing person. L'olam Ye'odam, comma. Always first be a person, a human being. First a person, first a human being. Then Yerushalayim. What it means, like it says, Derech Eretz Kodmo LaTorah. Derech Eretz, becoming, being a mensch, that's before practicing Torah. Because imagine, the animals don't practice Torah, the animals. The Torah was not given for animals, for human beings. If you're done acting like human beings, the Torah is not for you. You have to be a human being first, a good human being. So that says, L'olam, that's what the Kotzker Rebbe says. L'olam Ye'odam. First be a Odam. When you're Adam, when you have Derech Eretz, you're a normal person, you're a good citizen, then now work on your higher level of Yerushalayim. And that's a pshat over here. Many people, their level of observance, they measure it, their connection to Hashem. And also, if you see, when you ask people, do you know if Yankele or Rochel, if they frum? How people judge it, if they're frum or not? They're going to tell you like this. Well, they keep Shabbos, they keep kosher, they daven every day, so they're frum, okay? Nobody going to tell you, Yaakov or Rochel, frum, because they're very honest, they're very kind, they're very good People don't they judge by people's perception, judging somebody from or not from. They right away go to some spiritual with a person between him and God, not between him and people. That's how people look at it. For example, what happens if you have a person that is not keeping Shabbos, is not keeping kosher, but is very honest, very kind? Nobody's going to say he's frum, but he doesn't keep Shabbos. If he doesn't keep Shabbos, he's not frum. Now, vice versa, if somebody keeps Shabbos, it's kosher, but he's a ganav. People are going to say he's a frum, but he's a ganav. No, how about I say he's not frum, but he's keeping Shabbos? So that's what the pshat of here. Mishpotim, it refers what we have between the whole parsha, talk about the laws of what we have between each other, not between us and God, between each other. If you rent something, if you hire somebody, if you hurt somebody, if you lie to somebody, if you cheat somebody, all this Parshas Mishpotim, a lot of the laws between us and people. So it says Ela Mishpotim, that the whole Choshen Mishpot talks about this, the last part of Shulchan Aruch, Choshen Mishpot, it's monetary laws. It tells you, the Ela Mishpotim, this is the laws, Asher Tosim Lifneim, they come before all the other spiritual mitzvahs between you and God. They come before. And that should be number one. If you don't have that, like I said, like the way we judge frum and not frum, it's how if you keep Shabbos, kosher, tefillin, all thing between him and God. No, this is the main thing. The first thing you have to be tosim lifneim. That's have to come first. When you have this already, now you could grow on the spiritual level. So all this pirushim, it's like I say, he said one word, the Rishon the Rebbe, Lifneim v'lo la'achareim, put it in front of you, not behind you. So this is all of it mean that the Torah should be priority, not secondary, and the mitzvah should be odom lachaveiro between you and people. It should be priority, and it tells you that before you grow in the spiritual levels, that you have to be Lolam Yodom. You have to be first a good citizen. Then, on top of it, you could build now Yerei Shamayim. There was a Maisa, it was two Hasidim, and happened to be the story went with somebody that's close in our city. I'm not going to say names. They learned in Sifrei Hasidus, it says in the Gemara, that somebody, lo aleinu, that was a Yosam, it was orphaned, and he inherited from his father some money. So when he's child, they make up a trouble. They put a guardian to take care of it. As he grows, they give it over to him. But it says when he's already 20 years old, now he could deal with the Yerusha. Now he could buy and sell and make decisions when he's 20 years old. Before that, even though he's an adult after bar mitzvah, he doesn't have the maturity yet. We don't trust him yet. He might lose the investment. He might make foolish decisions. He might lose the inheritance. So in Chassidus, they learn this Indian that when you're 20 years old, you could already deal with nichsei oviv, in the property the father left for you. They say also the same thing on a spiritual level. When a person till 20 years old is understanding of godliness, it's not great yet. It's still childish. When you get to 20, now you could understand Oviv Shabashamayim, God, you could understand in a higher level. So there was a Bocher in Yeshiva, a younger Bocher asked him, the younger Bocher was before 20, the older Bocher was after 20. He asked him, tell me, he says, do you feel the difference before 20 and 20? The Chassidus explained that after 20, you get this higher level of understanding of godliness. You could understand better. Do you feel it? I want to know, what do you feel after 20? So that older Bocher told him, you should know, he says, the difference before 20, after 20, is for human beings. For animals, an animal that older than 20-year-old, animal has no more seichel than a 15-year-old. That's an animal. So in his humility, he answered, he says, I'm like a behemoth. He says, to me, there's no difference to me. He says, but it was only answered from you. But the idea is, all this madregas we have in Torah, it goes to human beings. If a person lacking quality of a human being is acting like an animal. So all this big madregas, it's waste. It's wasted. That's what it says. Before you grow to higher levels, you have to be mishpotim. But adam l'chaveiro, you with people have to be. You have to be a good human being. Then on top of that good human being, then if just then you could build a lot of levels of Torah.